NIO has an unending range of miles per charge. We live in a fast-paced world, and it is high time we caught up in the race. Everything around us is moving at jet speed, thanks to the advancement of technology. We do have fast-charging lightning cables, mobile and laptop chargers. Then why not an electric automobile that could boost its car from 0% to 100% in under 10 minutes? All it needs is to drive to a special NIO garage and swap batteries in just 10 minutes or even less. We are not talking about the US or Europe. It is rather China that is embracing electrification. First, it was just swappable batteries, but now they have moved on to manufacturing EVs. NIO became an EV startup worth watching after its debut on the US market in 2018, when the company witnessed a surge of over 1,500%, while the world was amazed by Tesla's 700%. The reason is NIO's timely adaptation of battery swapping, which Tesla abandoned. For those of you who couldn't grasp the concept, you can buy a NIO car without a battery, then pay for a subscription service by swapping the battery at the 160 swap stations across China. We will be looking into how NIO has been able to provide such an unending range of miles for a single full charge. Even Tesla has not been able to provide its loyal customers with such a promise. Got a torch or a TV remote at home? Whenever the batteries lose their charge, what would you do? Replace them, right? That is exactly how the swappable batteries work in NIO, and that is the sole reason for its outperformance compared to Tesla. Whenever NIO EV runs low on battery, drive to the nearby NIO special garage and swap the empty batteries to the fully charged ones. And there is nothing you have to do about it. You don't even need a helping hand, as when you reverse the car in, a robot would unbolt the old battery, and lo behold, a new fully charged one is fitted. Yes, it is all automatic. That is why the amount of time taken is just 10 minutes. All of these sounds expensive to you? Ha, not at all. It would cost you just about $24.5 each time, and it is almost the same when you charge a Tesla in their supercharging station. Tesla has been successful in many of its ventures. In fact, NIO is just following the footsteps of Tesla. However, Tesla missed out on one of its major opportunities when it abandoned the idea of swapping batteries in 2013. It was originally Tesla's idea. On the other hand, Tesla has over 2,500 supercharging stations all over the world, and about 300 of them are in China, while NIO has just half of the number of special garages for swapping batteries. Despite this, NIO is still doing fairly better because their EVs can still be plugged into a normal public charging point, and there are 500,000 of them in China. NIO is just trying to give you the best of both worlds, charge or swap. This is not it. We think NIO has thought everything through because they also provide you with a fleet of rescue vans, which is built-in chargers. It is an option worth using when you are stranded in the middle of nowhere, just like a RAC. Yet another major reason for preferring swapping batteries would be the cost efficiency. Imagine a car being sold without a battery, so obviously the price of a NIO car is cheaper than Tesla. Buy the car without a battery for $9,600, less than later rent the battery at about $245 per month. It is proven to be a successful idea as most NIO car customers prefer the renting method as the initial investment for buying a car is way lesser than Tesla, an ideal deal for EV lovers. NIO's ES6 is a replica of Tesla's Model Y and is the cheapest of NIO's SUVs. So that means you can buy an ES6 at about $54,600, of course. This cost denotes the cost of the car with the battery. Even though now you might find it expensive compared to Tesla, try buying them without the battery, which will make it $6,800 cheaper than Tesla. Let us discuss the performance now, which is why you are here. Well, the fastest performance version gives 550 horsepower and will do a knot of 60 miles per hour in 4.7 seconds, and yet another version can do it in 4.5 seconds, which is a second lesser than not only this model of the ES6, but also of Tesla's Model Y. Yet another claim of Tesla's has been broken by ES6, that is, Tesla can do 314 miles per charge, whereas ES6 says 308 miles. Furthermore, NIO also has its own version of Model X, a 7-seater EV, named ES8. While ES8 costs only about $67,800 and has a range of 350 miles, range with a capability to do 60 miles per hour in 5 seconds. Tesla's Model X costs $54,600 more, but of course, it can do 60 miles per hour in 2.5 seconds. Next, we are going to discuss the highlights of NIO's EV ET7, a brand new saloon, and a replica of Model S. It is without a doubt has the longest range and the fastest motors with the best technology. We really need to discuss the speed here because the fastest version can do a knot of 60 miles per hour in 3.9 seconds, though it is still lesser than Tesla's Model S. Still, the price difference with the longest range is convincing enough for any EV buyer to fall in love with NIO. While Tesla's Model S longest range is 420 miles on a charge, NIO's version can do more than 520 miles per charge. According to NIO's testing, the car can reach an astounding range of 620 miles, which is way more than any petrol or diesel car would ever claim. It has also proven the reason behind such a claim. Largest battery any electric car ever had or has till now. Let us give you the science behind such a claim. The ET7's battery is so large that it stores a mind-blowing range of 150 kilowatt-hours. Unable to understand the depth of such a statement. Well, it is 50 times bigger than the 100 kilowatt-hours you get in Model S of Tesla's. After such a vast expansion of NIO into the niche business of electric vehicles, dominated by the pioneer of EVs, Tesla, why hasn't Tesla taken any step in extending their battery technology as well? The bigger the battery, the longer the time taken in charging them. Even if Tesla does happen to expand the size of the battery like it did with its Plaid Plus model with a range of 120 to 130 kilowatt-hours, still it cannot match the performance of NIO. And all because of a simple technology that Tesla abandoned, swapping batteries. However, in the case of NIO, even if it did happen to expand its battery size even further, to reach a range of even 1,000 miles per charge, still it would be able to perform better without any hindrance because all you need to do is swap it with another fully charged battery. Take 10 minutes of your time to exchange an empty battery with a fully charged one after 620 miles.